What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I Hate Average Podcast back with another week, another episode. Man, I had a lot of fun. Had a cool conversation with my man, Professor P. This guy's very opinionated, very knowledgeable, but very opinionated. And we had a cool conversation. We got to talk sports. We recorded this last week, so the sports that we're talking kind of happened already. So we gave our predictions for week 2 of the NFL season, and most of it was right. After I seen the results, most of it was just about right for most of it. Some of us, we had some of the predictions we was kind of out of the way. Some unexpected things happened, but it was fun, cool conversation, talking about sports. Then things went into politics, and it was a cool conversation. Of course, certain people might not agree with some things that we said, but of course, everything was good intentioned, not to hurt any feelings, not to be too partisan or too polarizing on either side. But we just, just within conversation gave some of our opinions, and of course, I understand that when it comes to politics, people are so gun-ho, and people are so, it's such a touchy subject, but we had fun with it. It was nothing mean-spirited, nothing like that. We just had a fun conversation. Just gave some observation of the way things are going and where we think things were going to go. So, cool conversation with Professor P. Check it out, and hope you guys like it. I'll talk to you guys in a few. Professor P, what's going on, man?
What's going on, my dude? How's everything with you?
Man, it's great. It's great. So much going on, and I had to come to you. I'm excited to come to you because you're very opinionated, but very knowledgeable, and you don't just say things for no reason. You say things based on facts and not emotion. So I'm excited to talk to you. So it's crazy going on, but let's talk about football real quick. The season just started.
Sounds good.
We just finished week 1. What you think, man? First of all, who's your team? I'm a Jets fan. Who's your team?
I'm a Washington Redskin fan.
Man, so.
I say that with tears coming out of my eyes, my brother, because we have to be one of the worst franchises ever known to the history of mankind.
Man, y'all just have very, very bad luck. I don't know if you're that bad, but you have bad luck. I think the Jets is bad. We're bad, but I think you guys just got bad luck.
Yeah, I think so too. But I come from the old era, man. I'm a Joe Gibbs dude. So when I grew up, we won all the time.
Yeah.
And now it's been like 20 years of 8-8. I never seen anything like this in my whole life, man. You know, it's been like the longest stretch of mediocrity known to man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, this is what happens when a fan buys the team.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Danish has a fan,
and
he bought the team. So his whole concept is he thinks it's like playing like Madden. He's playing Madden in real life over here with this team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Just every year is a new quarterback. They're just throwing pieces here, pieces there. It's kind of crazy over there. Yeah.
All right, so what about your Jets, man? What's going on with them?
I was believing in Sam Darnold. Well, they just said today he got mono, so I don't know what's going on with this dude. I don't know who he's kissing over there with mono, but...
I was going to say, is that like a college disease or something? What's going on with this dude?
I don't know.
Yo, my man went back and stuck in the dorms or something like that. I don't know what's going on with that dude, man.
I don't know what's going on, man. So I'm not trusting his judgment right now after that.
No, I got you. So in week 1, what was your biggest, surprise and your biggest disappointment?
My biggest disappointment was, of course, the Jets losing. We was up 16-0, and in the fourth quarter we blow it and lose 17-16. So that was pretty bad. I was surprised that the Browns wasn't good. They just flat out wasn't good. I had high hopes for them, and they didn't do anything, and they got killed. So I was surprised by that. What about you?
Yeah, well, I was disappointed, of course, in the Redskins because we were up 17-zip, But then again, like I was telling my man, called me up, and he kept saying, "Yo, look at your boys." I'm like, "I'm a Redskins fan, dude. Relax."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, 2 bombs, and we're down 21-20. I was like, "We're done."
Yeah.
It was like I've seen this before many times.
Exactly,
I've seen it before. My other take was, I mean, I guess I wasn't disappointed, but I'm in one of those little knockout leagues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they're like 20 dudes had Seattle, man, and these dudes couldn't win. They were right there they were right there to win the game, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So I was pissed off Cincinnati couldn't pull it off because I really didn't have any other. I don't feel any other team like that. I only got heart for the Burgundy.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
No.
But I'll tell you something funny.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants got a big dilemma.
Oh man,
because the hardest thing in the world is to bench the guy that got you all these rings and, was your man for all these years and helped you all these battles. But it is time for Eli to go.
Of course. I don't think it's hard. I think they're making it hard, but I don't think it's hard. Just let him go. Like, I think he will understand. Like, he knows he's old now. He knows, he's not producing like he used to. It's time for the team to move on, make the business decision, I think. But I think they're trying to. They think the fans are going to be upset, but I think the fans really want to win. I don't think they care like that. But I think management is worried about the fans' reaction, but the fans want to win. They don't care who's throwing the ball.
Very true. And also the Giants are the type of team. I mean, they sold out 10 years when they sucked, when they were garbage.
Yeah, true.
So it doesn't matter. Those seats will be filled no matter who's the quarterback, whatever, who's going on.
Of course.
But the funny part, I don't even know what that dude's name is. The back. What's his? I don't even know.
I know it's Daniel Jones.
Yeah, something. But that just shows how bad Eli's playing. That I want the guy I don't even know whose name is to play. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad Eli's playing. Oh, what is his name? I don't know. Put in number 12, whatever his number is. It's like, who cares? Get this guy out of here. It's one of those deals.
Of course. Yeah.
So, you want to talk about the upcoming week and talk about some of the games?
Yeah, we could do that. After that, I want to start getting your division picks. Who you think is going to win each division?
Okay. I wrote down a few notes.
Okay.
Because I'm a geek like that.
I feel you.
So we can go through a couple of games.
Yeah.
Well, let's go first through our teams. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So Cleveland is playing at the Jets, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, right?
Yes.
All right, there you go, 5-5.
Yeah, let's go.
So what do you think, man? You got your Jets or what?
Actually, I do. I think Cleveland is still a little dysfunctional. And Trevor Siemian, he's going to be subbing in for I just lost for Sam Darnold.
For Mono, man.
For Sam Darnold.
Exactly, Sam Mono. I like that's his new nickname. It sounds like he's a hip hop dude. Yo, Sam Mono. Spit some verses for us, my dude.
Exactly. Yeah. And change the mic after you finish spitting, cause.
Yeah. Yo, get some alcohol pads out here, man. As a matter of fact, we did Ajax for those Ajax removes, Clorox pads.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, so Trevor Siemian, he was a starting quarterback before. He has a little experience, and I think the Jets offensive line, hold him down a little bit. And of course, we got Le'Veon Bell. He's gonna push the ball and run the ball. So I got the Jets. It might be probably like a 10-7, like a very low scoring game, but I still got the Jets winning.
I got you.
Yeah.
I don't even know who to pick in that game. You're right. It could be a 10-10 tie also. Not just 10-7.
That's true. You're absolutely right. But
I would give you the win because you're home.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Definitely.
Okay. Moving on to my game.
Yeah.
We are going to get scraped.
Y'all got the Cowboys, right?
Yeah. They already own us, so
yeah.
This is going to be an easy one. I mean, I'm not saying because, one thing that's very interesting about the NFL, if you watch all these years, division games, no matter how good or bad a team is,
that's true.
Division games are hard to pick because you play a team all the time, you could squeak something out. But honestly speaking, what I've seen this weekend, last weekend, I don't think we're squeaking anything out. I think because I think they're going to score all over us. I'm not saying the Redskins aren't going to be able to score a little bit, but I see like a 38-24, 38, 17 loss.
Definitely, I agree. That count because People are talking about how well Zeke and Dak played, but also the Dallas defense was a real problem for the Giants too. That defense is something else.
I agree. And I also think that, which I didn't realize until I see him catch a touchdown, picking up that kid Randall Cobb from Green Bay, that's actually a very big pickup for them.
True.
Because now they got Cooper and this guy Cobb, they have dependable, and this guy Witten came back, so this guy Prescott has a nice little quarter throw to right there now.
Right. Who you going to double team? You can't really double team anybody. Yeah, it's tough.
I agree 100%. All right, let's go through some other games.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting game. What about Baltimore and Arizona? The battle of the black quarterbacks. Here you go. Check that out.
Well, we got one going on tonight too, but I like Arizona. I like the way they came back, even though they just tied against Detroit. But I like their fight and their quarterback. I think he's gonna do something. I think it took some time to get really used to the speed of the game, but now he's getting to it, and I think he's gonna do something.
Right. Actually, I'm going the other way.
Yeah.
I think the kid from Baltimore is really trying to turn it up a little bit here. I think he's really catching his groove.
Yeah.
I'm not going to think that they're going to score no 40, whatever the hell they scored the first game, because Miami's just trash.
Yeah, of course.
But I really like the way that kid plays, because even last year they won with him. He just plays within himself. He doesn't try to do too much. But I think now he feels a little more confident, so he's going to make a little more plays. So I actually like Baltimore. I think Arizona, you're right. I really like that kid a lot. He's a little short, though. That's the only problem. I noticed he had to go out of the pocket a little bit here and there. Yeah. I've seen some of the highlights. But I think he's the real deal, too. But I just think that's a young team, so I think because they're going to go on the road, they're going to have a hard time.
Oh, they're playing in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is tough for a rookie.
And Baltimore looks a little hungry to me.
Yeah,
they get hungry, that team. I got to give that coach credit.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, here's one of the best games, which Pittsburgh and Seattle.
I got
at
Seattle.
Pittsburgh, I believe.
I don't believe in Pittsburgh at all. I think Pittsburgh is done. Honestly, I think this is definitely Mike Tomlin's last year. 1,000% it's his last year coaching. I think Pittsburgh is just going to be in the stage of rebuilding. After watching them Sunday, people was talking about them all the whole off season, thinking that Pittsburgh might be a sleeper team, but I think that's about it. I think Ben Roethlisberger, his time is done. Mike Tomlin's time is done, and time to rebuild in Pittsburgh. So I definitely got Seattle. What about you?
I got you.
Yeah, what about you?
I don't know if I'd say they're done, but this is a bad team to play because Seattle's one of these tough teams that they beat you up and everything. So it's a bad game for them. So I see them going 0-2 also. I don't see them winning that game.
Yeah.
That's not the team I want to bounce back with.
Yeah.
What about KC and Oakland?
I want to say KC, of course, because I'm a big Mahomes fan, and KC's been playing real good ball. But Oakland showed a lot of fight on Monday, so I'm not sure. Maybe because nobody believes in them, so they have a little back against the wall spirit, so they're trying to take the league by storm. So, but I'm saying KC. My mind is saying KC, but my heart is saying Oakland. But I'm rolling with KC.
Oh, I would have KC too. It's at Oakland though, and I definitely think Oakland is going to put up a fight. I think Gruden's a good coach. Eventually, they'll start gelling and playing a little bit better. But right now, I just think that offense, even though this guy's out though, isn't the receiver's going to be out though, isn't he?
Yeah. I forgot his name. Yeah, he is out, but
right.
Mahomes
Hill,
is
right.
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill, right?
Yeah.
But Kelsey's there, so I mean, I just think that they'll have enough to outscore Oakland.
Yeah. Like the way Mahomes throws the ball, those no-look passes, he could throw me the ball. I could be out there and he could hit me with it. So I got faith in him.
Let's do two more quick ones, and then let's do your division picks, because I know you want to get to the division picks.
All right, cool.
These two are actually two goodies.
Cool.
So New Orleans and LA Rams. At LA Rams.
Wow. A week, that's great for a week 2 game. Wow.
Absolutely, and that's like a 44-42 game because both those teams get stopped each other.
Amazing. Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm home. I got the beer ready, all of that. I just gotta sit back and relax for that one.
Yeah, that's definitely a goodie.
Nah, I'm going with the Rams.
All right.
Yeah, it's always smart to just stick with the Rams. Until they lose, you stick with the Rams.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm going New Orleans.
Wow.
I like my man Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I think the offense is always like high-powered.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Rams are good, but the Rams in these games kind of struggle in these big games. It was, I don't know, what I've seen over the last. I mean, I'm a fan of they won their ring a couple years ago, but I don't know. Some of it just seems kind of, I don't know. I'm not sold on them, especially with the whole Gurley situation. Let's see how it develops during the season. But I just think they're not going to stop New Orleans. And the last one, Philly at Atlanta, excuse me.
I'm definitely going Philly. I don't believe in Atlanta at all. I'm definitely going with Philly. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you.
Yeah.
And I hate Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So anytime I take seriously, this is a funny thing. Anytime I take like Philly, Dallas, or the Giants, it hurts my heart. So
of course.
It definitely got to be that I really think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'll always take the other team against them.
Nah, 1,000%, man. You're right. All right, so since we want to do the divisions, let's start with yours. The NFC East. Who got the division?
Ooh, this is tough. But I'm going to go with Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Dallas is going to edge out Philly.
I think so too. People I've been hearing like experts, quote unquote experts, saying Philly, but the way Dallas looked on Sunday, I can't really see too many teams stopping them.
Neither can I. And they have solid defense.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, I would agree with you. Yeah, so Dallas is taking the. I'm not really a big Dallas fan, but like you said, sometimes it hurts, but you got to be realistic. So I would say Dallas is going to take the NFC East.
Absolutely, man. Facts are facts, and stats are stats. And sometimes even though your heart hates a team, you got to give them respect. And one of the big two examples I say is everyone's always like, I hate New England, I hate Tom Brady. I'm like, why? Like, just because they win. Because if they didn't win, you wouldn't even be talking about them. You wouldn't even care.
It's true. No, you're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand that, it ain't the prettiest thing. It's pretty annoying them winning all the time. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. But you got to respect that team, that dude, and that coach, man. Those dudes are solid, man, for 10 years now straight.
Nah, yeah,
even more than that. But, I mean, the way they've gone to championship in his last 10-year run has been amazing.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Even though they cheated their way to it a lot of times, but they got there.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Spygate and what is the other one they had?
Deflategate.
Deflategate. That was another funny one. Yeah. So they've been caught doing some strange shit. I'm not gonna lie.
So, but like you said, you got to give respect, because I think all teams probably do things to try to get that edge. It's just that New England's just been more successful at it.
They're just bad at it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They need a better like spy department.
Exactly.
They're gonna find those dudes. Those dudes, the guy was standing out with the camera out in the open. They were like, "What is that dude doing up there, man? What a fool that guy was." All right, so which division you would like to go to next?
All right, so the NFC West, we got 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, and Cardinals.
Oh, that's tough, but I'm going to go with the Rams over the Seahawks. Then I would say the 49ers in Arizona.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I got the Rams. The Seahawks, they're going to be good every single year, but I can't see them, going too far, so I'm going with the Rams.
All right, cool.
The next division, NFC North, the Packers, Vikings, Lions, and Bears. Whew, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. I got to go with Aaron Rodgers if he's healthy, so I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna give you a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Freaking Kurt Fumbleitis Cousins. I know he's right here and there, but if you're a Redskins fan, that dude, every time that dude lost the ball, it was returned for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Every time he do it, he would score 3 touchdowns. He also give up 2 that same game also. So, man. I'm not a big Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying he's garbage, but I'm not big on him.
Yeah. You can say he's garbage. If he's garbage, he's garbage. You can say.
No, I don't think he's garbage because he could throw the ball and he's a NFL starting quarterback material. But I just seen him crumble under pressure too many times to give him that real respect.
Yeah,
straight up. Crumbled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Happy feet and crumbled.
No, definitely, I agree with you. So the next division, NFC South, the Saints.
Okay.
Saints, Panthers, Falcons, and Bucks.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Yeah, I'll say it.
I love Atlanta's offense. Their defense is trash.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, Winston. I'm sorry, he ain't got. I like the kid. I thought the kid was to be much better than he is.
All right, did you see him Sunday? He's bad. I thought he was going to be good. He's bad. He's really bad.
He might need like a new coach, new scenery. I mean, he's a headline for coaches down there, but he may just like a new change of scenery. I know he has the physical capabilities.
Or maybe the offensive line or something.
But I also love that coach for the Saints. Like that guy can coach.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that's the NFC. Let's go to the AFC. This is gonna hurt the AFC East. The AFC East. The Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, and Jets.
Of course it's gonna hurt because you know I'm going. I gotta go with touchdown Tommy and the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
Yeah. This is not fair. Actually, you know what? I was gonna get on the Patriots, but let's get on that last. Let's finish the divisions, and then we got to talk about the Patriots real quick. So,
okay.
All right. So the AFC West, the Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos.
This is a damn good division too. Well, the Broncos, I don't know about them, but the Raiders definitely were real competitive. And I do like the Chargers a lot. Remember, Chargers were almost the second best team in the AFC last year.
Yeah.
Hello, people didn't realize that. They won like 12 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did.
So, of course, KC is KC. I got to go with KC, though. Because KC's probably going to win, 12, 13 games. And I would say the Chargers would be second place, followed by Oakland and Denver. Who's Denver's quarterback again?
Oh, man.
Who's they pick up again? They picked someone up, right?
Yeah, it's an older guy, though. I forgot who their quarterback is.
Yeah, he's already an established player, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you 1 second.
Man. What's his name? Oh, Flacco, Joe Flacco.
Oh, Flacco. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he could ball a little bit, though, but I don't know if they have any offensive line. I don't know. I don't think Denver's the same as they were.
Yeah, nah. So definitely, I'm agreeing with you. I'm going with the Chiefs also. So the AFC North. This is always, I don't know why, this is always a tough division. It always goes down to like the last week to really find out who wins this. So you got the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers. You
know who I'm going with? I'm going with Tyrod Taylor and the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. That's good.
That's what I'm going with. Listen, wait a second. I forgot to talk about Cleveland before, and you had thrown Cleveland in there. You thought they were a little overrated.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland's highly overrated, dog.
Yeah, it's
I really
bad.
do. Look, I understand they had their little run last year. I'm not saying they're not going to win games.
Of course, yeah.
But I think what happens to teams like this is that they thought it was going to be easy this year. And it ain't going to be easy. This is never easy. You had a little success this year, and it becomes a lot harder. All of a sudden, you get Ojel, I'm out of my mind, Beckham Jr. on your team. Hopefully, Landry could calm him down. I know they're boys from LSU. Hopefully, Landry could calm the boy down or something. But I don't know. That guy causes more problems than he helps the team in the long run. I look at him.
And as I thought about it, they was so excited for those three to combine, but none of those three ever won. So it's not like you have a winning combination. No, they're all three losers. So I don't know why everybody got so excited about it.
Good point.
Yeah.
I like the way you use the word loser. I like that very much.
Yeah. So So the AFC South, the Titans, Texans, Colts, and Jaguars. I think this whole division is bad.
Yeah, I agree with you too. I know that Jacksonville got to be devastated. They picked this kid Foles up, and he gets hurt first game of the season. And it's interesting for Foles because Foles went from being the guy that came in after this. His guy got hurt for the season,
and now he's hurt.
And now he's hurt for the season.
Yeah. So
that's interesting. But he got a bowl. He got a ring. So
yeah, of course.
He could talk shit. I would say that you got a ring. You could talk shit.
Oh. Honestly, I think Foles kind of pulled the wool over. I mean, I'm not saying he's not really hurt, but I think in his mind he played for a couple of years. He was planning on retiring, but they offered him this check, but he doesn't really want to get hit anymore. So why not? Say you got a back injury. You can't prove a back injury. If your back hurt, your back hurt. They can't prove it doesn't hurt.
Very true. Coast into the sunset, right?
Exactly.
And be able to walk.
Yeah.
Don't end up like Earl Campbell limping your way out of life, in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Walk out of that shit.
Exactly.
That's why I never ever disrespected Barry Sanders. Everyone's like, oh, Barry retired. Barry retired. He wants to make sure he could have a good life after football.
Of course, yeah.
And walk around and feel good, not have all these aches and pains and concussions and all other shit you get from playing ball.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Mm.
I like their defense. I like Henry as a running back, and they're going to run the ball a lot. Mariota's all right. He's not this. I would have taken Indy, but luck is gone, so they got no luck. They're out of luck.
I'm going with the Texans.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Texans. I like Deshaun Watson. I like the fight they put up on Monday. They won me over on Monday. Monday they put up a big fight. They blew the game, but they put up a good fight against New Orleans. So I like Tennessee. I like Houston.
I like the Texans too as a team. I do like Deshaun Watson. His first year, he was amazing for that stretch he had. He was almost playing like Mahomes, but not as athletic and as innovative as Mahomes. But he was definitely throwing up numbers like Mahomes. Yeah. So but something's wrong with the team. Like I don't know, the last year something they just that sports are very funny. You can have a good team and still not win. A lot of people don't understand that in any sport. Because you got to get things together. Things have to work at the same time, especially as these teams, with the exception of basketball, because, football and baseball, they're different units, right?
Yeah.
Like defense, offense. Well, you have a game where you hit, all these home runs, but your pitcher gives up more runs and you lose.
That's true.
So, getting cohesion as a team is important. And I just don't see it in the Houston for Texans for some reason. I don't know what it is.
It's
but
bad.
They're like
it's
a
bad
funny
coaching.
team like that.
It's bad coaching. And I think like a sport like football, coaching is like probably the main component of it because you think of a guy like Bill Belichick, who at times he didn't have the best talent, but because of his system and his coaching, his teams is always in the thick of things. And I think teams like the Texans or other teams, they have more talent, but they're not able to put everything in place, and which is why they lose.
Yeah, that's a good analysis right there. Absolutely on point.
All right, so speaking of Bill Belichick, we got to talk about this, about the tampering and how the Patriots stole Antonio Brown. What's your thing? Do you think everything went by the books?
I don't really, to be honest with you, I didn't really hear about the whole thing till after.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing, I got my little ESPN on my phone. I remember seeing a little pop-up. Just in. I forgot who broke the news. Antonio Brown to pick. I was like, oh, shit. That's, that's pretty. You're a Patriot fan. You're pretty happy. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And then I realized that Gordon, stopped smoking some weed for a few minutes, so he gets the ball again.
Yeah.
And my man Gordon got Mantel, but my man's, what is he, Jamaican or something? What's going on with this kid? This kid can't stop smoking weed, man.
Of course.
Yeah. I don't know though about I don't know. I can't really say that they tampered, but that's such a mischievous type of group of people that I could never say that they didn't tamper. You know what I'm trying to say? So
that's true. It's just because how did he get released? What Friday afternoon and Saturday morning, and he's already out the team. Like, how was the contract drawn up so quick? How did all this happen? Who negotiated with the Patriots? Or it just seems so sudden. I don't know.
But let me ask you a question too.
Yeah.
He can't play right now, right? He's suspended. What is the deal with him?
No, he's not suspended. He everything is good. They have the rape. I guess you're referring to the rape allegations. He has the allegations, but I don't think the NFL ruled anything against him as of yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, because they have to wait till the legal stuff goes. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So he can end up, playing the whole season, win a Super Bowl, and then maybe face a suspension. You know how the Patriots do. You know how they do.
Oh, what I do. And let me tell you right now, though, if he ever gets on the field and he's full strength, that's going to be some target for this guy Brady, though, man.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
I mean, I know you're a Jet fan. I know you want to hear about this type of stuff. But I do remember one thing. I remember because one of my favorite receivers was Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he played with Tom Brady that year. It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why this is one thing I tell people about Tom Brady. This guy did this shit with nothing half the time.
Yeah.
Because the 1 year he had a credible Hall of Fame type, double coverage guaranteed dude. He threw 50 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That was the 1 year he threw 50 touchdouts. Because Randy Moss had what?
They went undefeated until wasn't it?
And they lost.
Yeah.
The bums. Yeah, the bums lost. But yeah, I think that was funny shit, man. And I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting for the Patriots. I hate the Giants. I can't ever root for the Giants.
Yeah,
I don't care about no undefeated shit. I'm not a Miami Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
I don't care if Mercury Morris doesn't get to pop his champagne anymore. Fuck his ass.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the way it's looking, the Patriots could go undefeated again this year. It's not fair. People are, whispering around Gronk coming back in December. All of it is not fair to me. But as a Jets fan, I'm upset.
Wait, I did hear something about that. There's some rumor that Gronk's coming back.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, and I wouldn't put it past the Patriots. Maybe give Gronk, a couple of months of rest, and he come back just for the playoffs and win another Super Bowl. It's ridiculous.
Well, you got him, man. They're talking, but I got to tell you something. We've always been focusing, as we're talking to the Patriots, it's about Tom Brady and, obviously Bill Belichick. But, man, that defense is cooking, man. I mean, in the bowl, they locked these dudes up. The other night, they locked Pitt up. I know Pitt's a disaster. I agree with you. But still, the defense looks on point. I was watching Inside the NFL, and Ray Lewis was, of course, he always has to show the defensive part. Right?
Yeah.
But, Ray's a smart dude. His analysis is really good.
Yeah.
It really is. So he was showing how the Patriots all talk to each other. Yo, you got to cover this guy, listen to this guy here. And then he showed the other teams that get beat, and the guys never talk to each other.
Mm.
And then receivers run right by dudes and stuff because they don't communicate to make sure you cover all the players, when the switch is going, when the guy goes in motion, all the different things they do in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I think the defense is highly underrated was the point I was making.
I agree. And Belichick, he's a defensive coach anyway. That's his background. So his defense is always going to be a problem.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, because I'm an expert at taunting Giant fans, because I'm Michigan fan. So my whole life I've always had to try to make fun of Giant fans. I was at a game in Giant Stadium, and we were whipping their ass, and I kept screaming, "The little blue!" And all these guys want to beat me up. The little blue, because they call themselves the big blue.
Yeah.
And the Redskins were killing them. I was like, "The little blue! Go home, little blue!" They were, shut up, sit down. These New Jersey dudes want to beat me up.
Yeah. Thank God you made it out of there. Thank God.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do have to stop. I'm not going to talk shit. I was like, let me chill out for a moment here. I did it sporadically. I didn't keep forcing the issue.
Yeah.
But the Redskins, that Redskin Giant game was very funny also because we had my man Michael Westbrook. Do you remember him?
Yes.
Because what is he famous for? Do you know what he's famous for?
Nah.
For beating up Stephen Davis at practice. He pummeled that dude, man. I'm serious. Ever get a chance, go look for that on YouTube, man. He beat that dude. I never seen a dude get beat up in football. Sorry, I had to go off on that little Redskin tangent right there.
That's right, man.
But if you ever get a chance, anyone listen to this, go check that out. He beat this dude up like he owed him some money or some shit, or like, I don't know, he looked at his woman or grabbed her ass or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta check it out, Stephen Davis. Stephen Davis, he's not no small guy to get beat up like that, but it happens.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. Well, Westbrook was like 6'4", one of these big receivers.
Okay. Yeah. Nah. What happened to
All
Steve?
right.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, all right. So, do you want to also talk about Dave Chappelle?
Oh man, yeah. People upset about him, man. I love him. People are upset, but I love him.
I love the dude completely, and I think it's sad that people don't understand jokes from reality.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, I mean, the man is a comedian. His
Yeah.
job is to make fun of stuff. And my advice is this. This is very simple stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to get offended, then don't see the show.
That's true. And I agree. And I think people that are upset are not comedy fans. Comedy fans, you know how to take things in context, but it's people who are, okay, this is a popular thing. Let me watch it and see what's wrong with it. I think people heard all the comedy fans talking about Dave Chappelle, and people who are not comedy fans said, "Oh, something's popular. Let me watch it and critique it." And they're critiquing it and then saying, pointing out the things that they feel is wrong with it. But to me, I don't see anything wrong with it because it's just words and it's all his opinions, and not only just his opinions, it's all him attempting to be funny. That's his whole job. He's trying to make you laugh. If you laugh, it worked. If not, move on to the next thing.
Well, it worked because I laughed my ass off. And, everything you say, I totally agree with, and, adding to what you're saying, we have just too many sensitive motherfuckers around now. I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely right.
I think what do they call it? The millennials?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers are bitches.
Yeah.
Every little thing bothers them. Yeah. It gets to the point I'm like, yo, come on, man. Like, I grew up in an era where we used to make racial jokes. It was funny. We didn't get upset with each other.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Because, I grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Amongst Italians, black kids, Ecuadorians, a couple Puerto Ricans, not a lot of Puerto Ricans. My neighborhood was a lot of Jewish kids, Irish kids. It was just so we always used to laugh. We all go to each other's house, Jewish kids, black kids, Italian kids would come to my house, eat rice and beans. I go to their house, eat what their parents were eating. We didn't care about race. Yeah. It wasn't you know what I'm trying to think? I think people grow up now so sensitive and so upset. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you can't offend people. Obviously, you got to be careful what you say at the time. You have to have the timing, all right, to say it and have a relationship with a person to say certain things. You can't just pop off and say, "Oh, this dumb racial stuff." We got it.
Yeah.
But I also think that people are just looking to be upset now.
Of course.
What'd you say? It's like they want to be upset.
Of course.
It's like, come on now, man.
Yeah. It's like
so
they look for the popular thing. They look, people are having fun here. Let's see what's exactly going on. And people, they like the fun police. Make sure you're having quote unquote safe fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, what about the alphabet people when he came up with that line?
Oh my God! You just got me scared when you said that. I was like, I don't know if you could talk about that.
Nah, I want to say in particular, just give me a general synopsis on your thought on that subject that you brought up.
The joke. Yeah, I think the joke is hilarious. I'm not messing with that. I'm just laughing at the joke.
Yes.
That's it. The joke is hilarious.
I would say that the funniest part of the joke I thought, because I'm not going to try to offend anyone. Cause I love all people.
Yeah, of course.
Any race, any color, anything. I love all people.
Yeah.
But I thought the funniest part of the joke was when he said they stole 6% or they stole 20% of the alphabet. I thought that was hilarious, man.
It's true. They absolutely did, man.
You got to give them credit even for just bringing this stuff up, though. I mean that's my thing. I think the one thing that's remiss and forgotten about this whole thing is the bravery he had, even because, come on, when he was writing that shit down and his people were sitting there, were like, Dave, you can't say this.
Yeah.
Dave, are you kidding me? You're not going to say this, are you? You can't say this. Don't say this. Because actually, speaking of Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr has a thing on Netflix coming out.
Yeah.
Bill Burr used to write with Dave Chappelle.
I saw some of it. I didn't look at the whole
one?
Yeah, I saw like the first 5 minutes of it. So far, it's pretty
Why, it wasn't good?
No, it's good. I just didn't get time to. I fell asleep on it. But
okay.
But it so far is really good. I like the way it's going.
In his teaser, he was like, "This is probably the last time I do comedy," because he must say some crazy stuff too. That's what I was thinking.
No, of course.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, "Oh, this dude must say some crazy stuff too," because he was like, "This is probably the last time I'm doing comedy," because these dude's gonna get chased off stage, which is really a travesty. Yeah. And the sad part is that these rights are protected by the amendment. I mean, those are First Amendment rights, freedom of speech.
No, absolutely right.
And unless you're saying something that you're saying to kill a person or incite violence, which these guys are not, they should be able to say whatever they want without anyone getting upset.
It's true. And I think they don't realize, in their mind, they think they're helping, but they're actually hurting. Every time I see like people getting upset about the Dave Chappelle thing, it shows, all right, so Trump is going to get reelected. That's every time it always pops into my mind. He's going to get reelected. If they got dumb people thinking like this guy's going to get reelected, because it's only the intelligent people are going to get turned off by the safe speakers. Intelligent people, that turns people off, so they basically purposely go towards the other side, and they don't realize that that's not helping.
I agree, and I just think that the point of society has to be open debate.
Yes.
And if you close debate, then you don't have freedom of speech, and then you don't have different ideas.
Exactly.
So a perfect example is all the crazy news stations. You got CNN and MSNBC, Fox. We all know Fox is right, these guys are left, whatever, right? So a lot of times I hear people say, "Yo, turn off Fox News." I said, "Well, you don't want to do that because at least you want someone hearing something else."
Exactly.
Same way, if you
don't want to be in
I don't want CNN getting turned off or MSNBC getting turned off. Why should anything be turned off? Let people say what they want to say. If you don't like them, turn the shit off.
Yeah.
I just think people don't understand that. Or like how now on these college campuses, these little punks that live in their freaking parents' basements act like they're political activists. I'm like, you guys aren't political activists, guys.
No, you're not.
Breaking windows is not political activism. It's stupidity.
Of course.
When they light the little cameras on fire because they don't like someone speaking. If you don't like someone speaking, you know what you should do? You should just make sure that everyone doesn't show up and he's sitting there in front of an empty audience. That's the best way to stop it. And if he could fill the audience, then let people hear what they want to hear.
Somebody wants to hear it. If the audience someone wants to hear it.
Exactly. That's my point. So if someone wants to hear it, then let him speak or her speak or whoever it is. I just think that our society has become a little too crazy to jump on people that have different ideas. Let people have ideas if they want. If they're stupid, then they won't work.
Exactly. It's true.
And back to Trump, that was very funny when he said that. And actually had a very funny joke that a lot of people missed that was funny about that too. So they were like, you're talking about the epilogue when they had all little cut scenes for all different shows, remember?
Yeah. Yep, I do.
Right? So, what does he say? Someone in the audience says, what happens if Trump gets reelected? Because I guess they're mad, like you said, that he said that Trump's getting reelected. Remember, you were mad. You mentioned he said that, Dave Chappelle. And I thought it was funny what he said. He was like, I'll probably pay lower taxes. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, but it's true.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a good one.
Yeah. And I think people get too excited when it comes to politics. They don't realize it's kind of a game. And no matter who's in office, like me, I've been working on my job for 9 or 10 years, and I'm, not too much has changed. I think it's been 3 presidents from that time that I've been working this same job. I've been living in basically the same apartment. I've added a child. Basically life goes on. Like you get new presidents, you get new governors, new mayors. But life, basically, for the most part, goes on, and I don't think people are going crazy and hurting themselves over kind of things that's not really going to affect your day-to-day life. So
you are an intelligent brother, and you hit it right, the hammer right in the head, or right in the nail. Well, fuck the damn phrase. I don't know what it is. But seriously speaking, you're 100% right, and it's funny because my sister. Well, my politics, I'm an independent. I'm not going to lie. I was a Democrat
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Couldn't Democrat. I couldn't take them. I was Republican.
You're trained to be Democrat. You're trained to be.
Then I became an independent.
Yeah.
And I was telling my boy Kevin, because me and him talk politics all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
My intelligent brother Kevin.
Yeah.
We always talk about it. I always tell him that my just dismay with Democratic Party is this. They come to our neighborhoods, minorities, and always tell us they're going to fix things and help things and fix things and help things, and they don't come back in 4 years.
Yeah.
They don't come back 4 years when to fix things. So I think both parties suck.
Yeah.
But I get more mad the Democrats like pawn us, treat us, use us as figures, as when they want to fight some cause.
Of course.
Then 2 days later they don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
So that's my contention with them. I don't think Republicans care either. But at least they're like, fuck you, I don't care to your face.
Yeah, exactly. Let you know.
These guys are like, under the cover, fuck you. So that's what kind of annoys me. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with you 100% that my life hasn't changed at all through any of these presidents. And here's the funny thing. I could teach everyone a quick lesson in politics 101. Ready?
Yeah.
Turn off the fucking TV. It's real simple. Don't watch these stupid shows. Go live your life. Go to movies. Go have fun.
Yeah.
Go have sex with your wife. Go live your life, goddammit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go to clubs. Go to baseball games, basketball games. Enjoy your life, man. Yeah. And then, like you said, it's not a crisis. Because if you watch these TV shows, there's a crisis going on right now. And I'm sitting eating like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in my underwear, like, what's the crisis?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Is the crisis going to affect the 6 train? I got to go to work tomorrow. It's
like, come on, man. It's like, so I think what you said is very profound and right on point, and we think very similar when it comes to that.
Yeah. I think people, I think these elected officials, they make certain rules, and there's small things, like taxes go up certain percentages. Yes, that I probably have seen that change, but it's not so extreme and drastic. Like, what one is 5%, the next one is 10%. Like it's not gonna. It's not exactly. Yeah, it's not really changing everything. I don't gotta.
Well, I think that's an excellent point, and one of the funny points is I'll give you a good example of that. Mm-hmm. So remember when Obama was president, he had lowered the Social Security.
Yes.
And I don't know, we got like $30 extra check, whatever. Listen, I'm a funny dude. Any shit you give me, I take.
Yeah,
I don't complain. Whatever you give me, I take. I don't complain. He only gave me. Listen, the government don't give you much, so whatever they give you, just take it and shut up. So anyway, I remember the Republicans were going crazy. What are you doing? It's not that much. It's a crumb. What are you talking about? Right? So then Trump gives one of these moves, and it's $40 on your check, let's say, right?
Yeah.
And the Democrats are going crazy. You gave them crumbs. It's like these people are assholes. It's like you all both give the same shit, guys.
Yeah,
Come on, stop. Come on. We see the smoke screen.
Yeah,
and what I learned early in politics, because I've been to politics my whole life, I'm not going to lie.
No, same here.
I do dibble and dabble into it. I watch these corny stations sometimes, but I do it sporadically. It's kind of funny because if you put it on like a month later, it's talking about the same shit.
Of course.
It's like it's like a soap opera.
Yeah, you're not missing that. You're not missing that at all.
Well, you know why? Because they came up with 24-hour news.
Yeah.
And I'd have to fill every freaking minute with some stupid story.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And it's the same story for the whole day, and then they just have different experts. So we got the Boston health expert. Now, the next hour, we got the Kansas City health expert. We're talking about the same thing.
Exactly. and like I said, if you watch 8 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock at night, it's the same story.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's crazy.
Unless some crazy shit happens, like, school shooting or something like that.
Course,
otherwise,
But now they're only talking about that for 2 hours, and then they go back to the Texas health. Texas.
Yeah. Well, they also are. They're obsessed with Trump, though. I mean, on both sides,
They are.
So,
but
I think sometimes
it's also,
I can't even listen to that shit anymore. I'm like, I don't want to hear about it no more, guys.
It's a game because they know he's great for ratings, and whether you like him or not, he's being that he's great for ratings. The left is going to use him, and the right is going to use him, which is another reason why I know he's going to get reelected, because he's making everybody's getting paid Everybody's getting paid off for this. So, you know,
Big time. You're 100% right. Because CNN, they're living off him. Yeah. MSNBC's living off him, and Fox is living off him. You got a good point right there, my brother.
Nobody gets paid with Bernie. That guy's boring.
No, exactly. and you know what? I'm not going to lie to you, my brother. I ain't getting paid with Bernie, so I can't vote for him either. And then, you know, just to be honest with you, like I said, I'm independent, so some of the stuff certain people say on the Democratic Party, I'm like, did you fucking just say that? So, you know, I'm a public servant. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you my job, but I'm a public servant. Of course. I work for, I'm a civil service worker. Yeah. And this guy's talking about getting rid of my health insurance.
Yeah. No, which is basically why you go into that sector is for the
yeah. So I'm like, so I'm supposed to vote for you because you keep telling me that you have to help poor people, help all these people. Well, you like own $20 million.
Yeah.
And then you try to tell me that the system that you made $20 million in is bad for me.
Mm.
Who the fuck you think I am, you idiot? Are you out of your mind? Think of how stupid that is, dude. He's a millionaire. He has $20 million. He's worth whatever. He's probably worth more than that. I'm just throwing some silly figures out. And he's telling you that capitalism is bad. Now, look, every system has some fault, too. We all know this.
Of course.
But I'm a capitalist, I'll be honest with you, and the proof I'll give you is China.
Mm.
China was one of the poorest countries per capita in the world, and when they became a capitalistic communist, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, they made their own damn form of government up.
Yeah.
When they became that, they rose the status of all these people out of poverty.
Yeah,
that could never happen in a socialist system.
Of course. And honestly, I don't think the socialists realize what they're asking for. They're asking for, so no matter who you are, let's say you're Bernie Sanders, you're the president of the United States, and you're not going to be making more than you're not going to be making more or be considered higher than a babysitter in Texas. Like, what is he trying to get at? People have different value. It's sad, but you just got to be realistic. People add different value, like someone who's a mayor or someone who's a principal or someone who's a chief of police. They add different value, so they should make a little more than someone who's not, or a Wall Street banker. This guy's I'm not a big fan of banks, but this guy is controlling, all of these millions of people's money. Maybe he should have a decent amount of money so he doesn't try to take mine. So pay these guys. So
I like that.
So pay these guys, and so he has a certain value. So because it's just a marketplace, and I think people don't want to deal with that. People don't want to deal with making themselves. They don't want to hold themselves accountable. So they'll. Instead of holding themselves accountable, they'll just blame you or take from you, so they don't have to get better or add value to themselves.
I see that, and I really hear what you're saying, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying. And what you're talking about is productivity.
Yes.
So one of the biggest misnomers of one of our greatest things written in the Constitution is all men are created equal. Okay. But not all men produce equally.
Exactly.
And the perfect example is my worth going to be the same worth as Mahatma Gandhi? Probably not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Am I going to be equal to the achievements of a guy like Martin Luther King did? Probably not.
Yeah.
So although we have equal rights in terms of free speech, freedom of religion, and all the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution.
Yeah.
We are not equal. Like, I am not equal to Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's true.
In basketball.
You gotta be realistic. Like, you don't add that as much value as Michael Jordan adds.
Exactly. It's just the way life is, and people can't get upset about that. And people,
But I think people don't want to deal with that.
And that's why you have people, and I'm going to give you the funny part because it's a segue to something very interesting you said, is that's why you have people trying to work in burger joints thinking they should make $20 an hour. Yeah. Listen, motherfucker, that is an entry job. That is not a career job. So if you really want to make, $40, you got to get a different job. That's a job for young kids. You got some older person picketing would make $20 with working in Burger King. Yeah. And like you said, that's almost equal to what a paraprofessional makes in a school.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not dissing the burger people.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
you got to be realistic. Yeah.
Right. I'm saying that what are we putting on a person that takes care of your kid?
Yeah.
You're saying they're not more important than the person flipping a burger? So I think we got to be careful with that type of stuff when we overvalue certain jobs. Certain jobs are supposed to be entry-level positions that you don't, make a lot of money, and then you move up in the world, you do other stuff.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's true. And No, I think that it's people who don't want to add value to themselves, so they don't want to read more. They don't want to go back to school. They don't want to do those things. And they want to just, stick to the burger joint. And I should stick to the burger joint and don't grow and still be able to, do my thing and take vacations in Miami and all that. I should still be able to I should be able to do it all. Well, and at some point, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I can't do it all. I need to add value to this marketplace.
It's very interesting you say that, too, because, as minorities, I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends are minorities. As minorities, I always tell people, everyone's focused on racism. I said, they got us with commercialism. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, we spend more money than anyone on everything. We're the brokest people in the country. Think about it, guys. We sit and then we see some white guy with some ugly jeans, like, look at that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But that motherfucker got $50,000 in the bank.
Yeah, it's true.
Because he ain't wasting his time buying True Religion jeans. He ain't wasting his time buying commercial shit that in the end really has no value to you later in life. And I just think that, what you were talking about, value, someone that values themselves like you're talking about knows difference between when to buy that and when not to buy that. Because, of course, you want nice things, but being poor sometimes as minorities, we're trying to flood money we don't got.
Yeah.
And it makes us not have any life savings for the future. Because in the end, you got to save for the future. You can't, burn yourself out as a young person.
And then I think that's what happens too, because politicians know what they're doing. They prey on people's fears. They know, okay, there's this person who their whole life they wasn't saving, they wasn't planning, and now they're at a place where they kind of need the government. So let me dangle.
Very good point.
Let me dangle this carrot and say, okay, even though the politicians know they're not really going to help to get them out of the poverty situation, but let me pat you on the back and make you feel like I'm gonna get you out of this so you can vote for me. I get this job. But most likely, you're still going to be in an improper situation until you change and add value.
I agree 100%. And, I'll tell you a little background on myself. Without revealing too much is that I struggled in my life. I was a dude that liked to chill and party and hang out and do a lot of stuff. And it took me a long time to figure stuff out. Yeah. And I finally graduated from college. I got my degree in my 40s. You know what I'm saying? I got my master's in my 40s. And I really found my career now. I'm going on 50 years old the last couple of years. So, life is a struggle if you don't educate yourself.
True.
And, a lot of times when, when I was growing up, the whole thing was, the man's keeping you down. I was like, man, they keep you down, man. You're keeping yourself down, man. Go get a job, go to college, and then I guarantee you could rub elbows with the man. And my dad taught me that lesson because my dad grew up in he was actually a New York City police officer, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And he was telling me, stories when he first worked. He was like the first Hispanic cop in his precinct. There was one other black cop. And they torture these guys. You know what I'm saying? They would go home, nigga, go home, spray paint on the thing, this and that. And, my dad said, there were times he almost wanted to quit. But he said, fuck this shit. I'm never letting defeat me. Yeah. And he taught me, you don't never run away from racism. You fight it head on. but you got to fight intelligently. You don't fight it sometimes in a stupid manner.
Yeah,
so, basically he ended up, one day someone got sick and there was no other choice. An Italian dude had to work on my dad. It was like, he said, the guy basically told the guy, listen, either you take this guy or you're by yourself. All right, come with me. And basically, after hanging out with this Italian dude, the guy, my dad earns respect. He see my dad was a stand-up guy and all that stuff. And, I always tell people, racism is usually a prejudgment.
True.
Usually when you know someone, you like them or you see value in them that has nothing to do with the color of their skin or wherever their background's from.
Yeah.
So he ended up clicking with this dude, and then he told that dude that if you have the other guy, choose the other black guy. He was the other black officer was friends with my dad too. Since there was only two minorities, they were like, yo, we gotta hang together, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So with that, the Italian guys then picked the black dude, and after that, the Italian dude told my dad said the Irish guys were the hardest. The Italians were first. The Italian guy told the other Italian cops, you could take these two guys that they got your back, this, that, and that they will work with, start work with other people.
Yeah. But it's tough, and honestly, I think racism is something that I think either like the politicians or the quote unquote elite, they use to keep kind of people separated. And I think it's a mental thing. I think if I could tell you that this guy is different, if I could have you fighting each other, I could take everything while y'all fighting each other. I could really dominate. I could run banks. I could change those. Like the people that's really really running things are the ones that's whispering in each of our ears to kind of look at each other the wrong way or teaching us to be racist while they're collecting all the money and running away with the world. That's the way I think. Yeah.
And I agree 100%. And it's called conquer and divide.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a magic trick. So what do magicians do? They make you focus on one hand while they're doing something with the other hand, right? That's always the sleight of hand, right? And that's always the trick. And the trick is that they have this silly system where we have two parties.
Yeah.
And they make all these people go out and hate each other. It's the funniest thing.
Well, they're on the same team. Yeah.
Fucking Democrat. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're on the same team.
Yeah.
And it's the silliest thing in the world. And we fall for it, unfortunately, Americans.
Of course, yeah.
Of
course, yeah.
I mean, just think of how many fucked up Thanksgivings there were after Trump got elected, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
like we laugh about it, but thank God my family wasn't like that. We didn't take it that serious. But there's really legit families that probably haven't talked to each other since 2016 when he
that up, which is stupid. I mean,
it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
And especially from the point you made before, your life is really not going to change too much.
Nah.
With these presidents. It's just not, man. Your life's going to change when you make positive moves, do things, educate yourself. Like you said, it could be self-education or even some form of, real education of college, trade school, whatever it got to be. Could even be religious studies, whatever it is you're into, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
Taking courses in coding, whatever it is that you want to do.
But that's where the change comes,
Exactly. That's when you'll embed yourself. And also, another thing my dad taught me, because my dad's definitely one of my favorite role models. He came from Puerto Rico at a young age, had nothing, and worked himself into, being a very successful person by being a police officer, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And, he just ended up being one of the highest ranking police officers in New York City history when he retired.
Wow.
So I really admired him, and he would go to school at night, and he got 2 college degrees, so I really admire the guy, not because he's my dad, because he really helped a lot of people also. When I would go visit him in the precincts or whatever he was at in the police academy, he worked different places. Dudes always like, yo, your dad's cool. So I was knew there wasn't just my opinion. Other people felt the same way I did, so it was legitimate.
Yeah. That is an amazing story, and it goes to show that he put himself in a place of value. He added value. He doesn't, I don't even know how long your father was in the force, but I don't think it mattered, who the president was or who the mayor was. He added value, went to school at night to become a cop, and I don't think other outside forces, hindered that or pushed him. It was just his own will, and I think sometimes people don't want to sit back and think for themselves and think about themselves. Think about the progress that the steps you gotta take. They want to, kind of. I don't want to be too preachy, but I don't want.
No, I think you're making a good point. There's too much group thinking going on.
Yeah. And
where people follow rather than think on their own.
Yeah.
But this also, one of the problems is that because people shut conversations down, it's like if you're around Republicans, you can't be a Democrat. They're all going to shout you out and say this to you. Yeah. If you're a Democrat, vice versa. So it's like a lot of conversations being shut down instead of saying, "Oh man, I hear your point. I don't agree with you, but I hear your point," and walking away.
Yeah.
Instead of taking everything personal, I think things get too much on a personal level. And also, one of my things is being emotionally attached. You can't be emotionally attached to politics. And some people take this stuff way too serious.
Yeah.
And they're so emotionally attached to this stuff that they live and die with this stuff, like they're football fans.
Like the main thing, you look at how America switched, how people they like George Bush now. People like George Bush. And I'm old enough to remember 2004, people were saying vote or die. They were saying vote or die. This guy, if you don't get him out of there, you're going to die. And now people like him. So I think people just need to sit back and just really look at the game. It's all a game. People are going crazy. And people were saying vote or die. They had T-shirts, vote or die. Puff Daddy was so, yeah, and what happened is now people like
him. What about Kanye? George Bush hates black people.
That's what I'm saying. And so George Bush was bad, okay, and he was in there for 8 years, and nothing changed. America's still America. Yes, 9/11 happened. Okay, we took care of that. America's still America. Then Barack Obama came. People are saying, things about him, and the right wing was going crazy. Oh, Obama's going to be the end of this. It's going to, everything moves on. It's all a game. It's all a game.
And now people lost their mind over Trump. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Look, I know. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I actually voted for the man. To believe it or not, yes. But I got to tell you, though, I'm an even keel guy. He says things he shouldn't say a lot.
Yeah.
I sit there like, what are you doing? What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't think anybody would disagree.
I'm not a Trumpster, but I did vote for him, though.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would disagree that he doesn't say things that are crazy. But if he says anything, I'm not going to lose my mind. If anything, I might just laugh. I can't believe the president said that. I might just laugh. But people are like,
yeah, it's funny because I'm like you too.
I can't believe this is going on in America, and my God, I'm like, come on, man, he's just a guy. First of all, we got people in place that if he gets too out of hand, they'll just let him stay in office. But they got people that's really making them. I don't think people realize that there's really people that's making moves that are higher, like chiefs of staff, and it's so many so many moving parts that we don't see on TV. We don't see those people that are actually really running the country, and we're just so caught up in him. And he's on tour just doing speeches, but it's people that's really, really running the country. I think people just need to calm down, cool out. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be all right. And, really just pick who you want to pick. You see someone that, you feel that you can relate to, vote for them if you want to. But I don't think much is going to change either way. But like you said,
I don't think so either.
It's two teams, but they're on the same team. It's two sides, but they're on the same team.
It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Just pick one.
It really is.
Just pick one and have fun. That's it.
But that battle makes money.
Oh,
and that's what it comes down to. Because these people that back these parties up want to see that fight.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
They don't want to give $1 million to people that they're going to be laid back. They want to give $1 million to people that fight for what they believe is right. So that's what really fuels this. And I always tell people that, everyone's we're very quick to always talk about America and racism between like black and white. The number one color in America is green, people. It will always be, and as always has been.
Yeah.
Because even in the racist South, after a while, dudes will like, they could hate a black dude, but they'll sell him milk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? They're still trying to make money.
Yeah,
true. Believe me, dude, money talks before anything in this country. It always will, always has been. Yeah. And that's why our government's so corrupted, because there's so many lobbyists that make sure things go their way.
Yeah.
That these government officials, right, they give, I'm there, I'm just whatever, Senator S, come over here. I'm like, hey, what's up, guy? And he's like, I'll give you $200,000 if you make sure that appropriations bill doesn't go on the table. I got your back, buddy. Then I start chanting a whole bunch of bullshit. That green energy bill should be passed because of this, because I want the money, not because I really care about the cause.
Exactly, yeah. It's
true. So, and that's the corruption that happens in our government. And that's why America, lost that, what the founding fathers wanted type deal. You know what I'm trying to say? They didn't, because remember, they didn't have people like that when they were politicians.
No.
Those guys actually believed the shit they were saying. They were like,
They did.
So,
but America's always going to be weird. They said people was free, but then they had slaves, and it's always just craziness, and which is why you can't, like you said earlier, just don't be emotionally attached. Like, try to live your life the best. Try to add value to make yourself and your family better, and move on. Thank God we live in a capitalist society where you can add value to yourself and progress. Because I don't think people realize with socialism, you could read all the books and go to all the classes you want. You're still not going to progress. And I don't think people are realizing that.
Right, exactly. And also, I think also, like you're saying, these politicians are selling them a plate of shit. Because if you look around the world, they can't show you that socialism actually worked.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell me all this stuff. It would be different here. That's what the motherfucker said in Venezuela.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers don't even get told him to wipe their ass. So I don't know about all that.
And I always think about socialism. Okay, in let's say in theory, socialism is good in theory, but who's going to be distributing the wealth? Because can we trust the guy that's handing out the money? Like, he's not putting something in his pocket. We can't trust. Like you said, in Venezuela, those guys are murderers. They, like you said, they're not giving the people everything that they have.
Exactly.
They're holding on to, and you got to kind of count on. You really got to count on the government now to get people to get. The elected officials are going to take care of themselves first, and then pass out to the people what's left.
Exactly. And I always tell people, you cannot depend on the government. You have to depend on yourself.
You're going to trust Bernie Sanders to feed your family? You going to trust that guy? That guy?
No, exactly.
I don't trust that guy.
I agree.
I don't trust him.
No, I agree 100%. But I don't really think, I mean, because the people, like if you look at the polls, the people that want socialism are kids that live in their parents' houses. Like the kids from
they're living in socialism already.
They didn't get a job yet. That's why. Once they get a job, then they're like, wait. Who's taking how much money from me?
Yeah,
they're going to hate it.
Yeah, you're already living in socialism.
Because all socialism is going to mean is high taxes. That's all it's going to mean for us, guys. It's going to get taxed to death.
Yeah, it's true.
So, I mean, that's what it will mean.
Literally taxed to death. It's going to be...
I'd really rather keep my own money. I'd rather make my own decisions, my own money. That's why I look at it, man. I don't care, And there's so much money out there that's just misused. If they did a better job, they would have to keep raising taxes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They misuse our money constantly.
That's true.
So the government's always going to disappoint you too.
Definitely.
Always remember that, people. You will always be disappointed.
Of course.
I'm telling you.
I don't want to keep you all night. But you know what? I want to talk to you maybe next week or the week after. We both got to listen to or watch the Bill Burr special, and I want to hear your thoughts on that, man.
That sounds fantastic, my brother.
Definitely, man. So
all right.
Thank you, Professor P. Thank you so much for your time. So
it was my pleasure.
Yeah, man. Same here.
Pleasure,
Great
Jay.
talking to you. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for your honesty. There you have it. That's the conversation with Professor P. Fun conversation, fun talking about sports. Thank you guys for continuing supporting the podcast. We're back. I'm trying to do more and more. I'm trying to. This has been such a fun and busy year, but the podcast is not going nowhere. Of course, we are not going nowhere. We're still pushing out episodes, still doing interviews, and we're still given different conversation. A lot of people enjoy series messing me up. Anyway, but of course, there's a lot of podcasts out there. There's a lot of content but I want to constantly push the conversation and have different types of conversations and kind of, show different light on things. That's why it's called I Hate Average Podcast. We are aware that there's a lot of podcasts, but we want to have conversations that other podcasts might not be having. So, thank you for your continued support. You can follow us, I Hate Average Podcast, on Instagram, AverageJ.com, the website. Also, where else can you find it? Oh, find the Facebook page, I Hate Average Podcast, the Facebook page. Check us out. We got a lot of content there. And talk to you guys in a few. Talk to you guys next week. It's not going to be weeks after this episode. Next week, new episode, I Hate Average Podcast. All right.